Podcast Network Asia. FirstMetroSec is providing this podcast as a general market commentary. Reference to any specific security, product, or entity do not constitute as an offer or a solicitation of an offer to buy or sell any financial instruments or to participate in any particular trading strategy. The statements, comments, views, or opinions expressed by the hosts are subject to change without notice, and FirstMetroSec is under no obligation to update, amend, change, or correct any of the statements, comments, views, or opinions expressed. The statements, comments, views, and opinions expressed by the guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the view of FirstMetroSec. FirstMetroSec disclaims any liability arising from reliance on or reference to any information obtained in this podcast.
You are listening to First Metro Securities Philippine Stock Market Weekly Podcast, where we feature timely and relevant discussions on the Philippine stock market and the economy in the hope of providing you investing and trading guidance. Here's your host.
How's it going, investors? Hi, I'm Anjz, an equity research associate from First Metro Securities, and I cover the consumer sector for the equity research team. In this episode of Market Bites, let me share with you our latest company update on Monde Nissin Corporation, Monde, titled Recent Price Action is an Opportunity to Accumulate. We are upgrading Monde Nissin Corp to buy, with target price retained at 11.20 pesos. Recent price action now offers an opportunity to accumulate Monde at attractive valuations. Our forecasts are unchanged, and we project the company to post 15.1 billion pesos in operating income next year, reflecting a 2-year CAGR of 23%. RTP of 11.20 pesos implies 18.5 times PE on FY24 F earnings and 17.9 times PE on FY25 F earnings, at negative 0.5 standard deviation of the historical mean, that is, at 24.5 times. We expect Monde to sustain strong performance well into next year. This will be on account of the following. On one hand, high APAC BFB margins for FY24 to 25F. Management has secured prices and supply for key input costs, wheat and palm oil, for the majority of this year. We anticipate margin upside next year, given the potential to secure even lower raw material prices as spot rates continue to decline for key raw materials. On the other, we think that the weakness in corn is close to bottoming out. The segment continues to be a drag, albeit EBIT has shown improvements year-on-year, driven by restructuring benefits, lower D&A following the recent PPE write-off, and timing of A&P spend. Upside catalysts we're seeing are: first, faster than expected growth of APAC PFB with market share gains. Second, the end of uncertainty from corn, either through divestment or reacceleration of category growth. And lastly, another growth leg. In the face of mature core segments under APAC BFB and demand softness for meat alternatives. On key risks, you have the following. First, intensifying competition. Second, raw material price and forex volatility. Third, supply chain disruption and capacity constraints. Fourth, execution risks, especially in meat alternatives. Fifth, food safety concerns and product mislabeling risks. And lastly, technological obsolescence. Again, that's an upgrade for Monde to a buy recommendation, with TP retained at 11.20 pesos. And that's it for this episode of Market Bites. Hope this has been helpful.
Thanks for listening to First Metro Securities Philippine Stock Market Weekly Podcast. Don't forget to follow us to get first dibs on our new episodes. For more up-to-date market news and info, exclusive content, and the opportunity to connect with your fellow Filipino investors and traders, join facebook.com/groups/FirstMetroSec and be part of the FirstMetroSec family.
The views and opinions expressed by the podcast creators, hosts, and guests do not necessarily reflect the official policy and position of Podcast Network Asia, the hosts of the program, or other programs of the network. Any content provided by the people on the podcast are of their own opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything.